All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. October 2020th, 2021. And this is the Market Pulse. Welcome. We're going to follow up from our morning session from the Market Brew, see what we're setting up and see if there's any potential setups here. What we're using the 15-minute time frame. So using a little momentum strategy here. Simple tools that we use, and we use them every day consistently if you tune in. We're using the 50-day moving average. We're using levels of supply and demand and the beautiful MACD. All right, so let's dive into it. All right, so as the S&P 500 for this morning session, I was hoping to get a little test of the 50-day moving average. It was showing me some weakness this morning. It just wants to go higher. So we do have a divergence here. I did call this out earlier in the week. I said it probably looks like it wants to have 45.50. It looks like it probably wants to go up there. So let it go, let it go, let it go. Again, we are earning season, like I stated this morning. So it seems like there's things that are moving, things that are not moving. Not everything's moving robustly as it was. So you just got to plan what you see moving. It is earnings, so it's a 50-50 chance. Okay. As far as the news that came out this morning, Novak's news was fake. So there's a lot of whipsaw action going in there. So again, pay attention to the news and also get your verifiable sources. All right. So let's dive into it. SPX looks like it wants to go higher. It's these swings. This is the new swing here. It looks like it's dying out. 45.37. It wants to go higher. I think Apple's driving it up. So just watch it. We're pretty far away from the 50. So if you take any trades here, it's going to be a low probability trade in this time frame. Of course, there's other time frames you can trade up, but as far as this time frame, it's low probability. If you're hanging on to these winners, great, amazing, congratulations. If you're not, you locked in gains, good job. And let's see if we can find something else. All right. Tech is still going up despite of the notes going up. So tech is still going higher, even though we see weakness coming here. So be careful here. This is telling me we need to pull back. I'm noticing a couple of the fangs pulling back. So I don't think this is going to be sustainable. At some moment, we do have to pull back. It's healthy for us to pull back. Russell was the other one. Again, this is more bank heavy. So Russell was the lagger when these were going up. This was going down. We had a beautiful, beautiful setup here this morning. I gave you the levels. I gave you the play. I actually gave this in my chat group yesterday. But basically, no basic. It just is beautiful. This is the opposite we showed in Tesla this morning. But this is a bear trap, right? So it broke the 50. People thought it was going to sell off. They're buying it. It broke the 50, fresh out of MACDs, came back, right? So people here, the bears had a cover, so drove it up, came back down, bounced off the 50. This is textbook. Take a picture of this if you need to, and remember these patterns. Bounce off the 50, bounce up to zero. So remember, this is zero on MACD and fresh out of MACDs, and look at it go. And I gave you these levels. The levels are here. This day's highs. It was really going to get going. And it's off to the races again. Can you lock in some gains? This is a perfect example. You can lock in gains, but this is textbook right here. So in and out. Congratulations if you got that trade. Alphabet or Google, they want to take it lower. So again, this is the same as Tesla. Let me see if I can get this amplified. Same as Tesla, drove it up, drove it up, drove it up, and again, it got caught. We didn't get the bounce at the 50. MACDs were telling you weakness, and is going down. So let it drop, let it drop, let it drop. It announces earnings next week. So again, I love that Google drops because last time it dropped this much, we got a major banger. We're just gonna be stalking this for the 50-day for the MACD, see if it turns. So it's gonna base. There is some demand right here. I'm noticing at 28.33. Let's see if it holds that demand, coincides with this 28.36. So let it drop, let it drop, let it drop. Okay, Amazon. Or you can take that trade to the downside. I didn't take the trade because I'm in some other things, but a 50 breaking down, that's also downside. Okay, because we play both sides here. All right, Amazon. Again, nice rally as well. Let me see if I can. Again, we had a nice rally. These things can't go up; they have to take a breather. There is a lot of supply up here at this 34.62 area. Keep track of that. We were setting this up this morning, but the MACDs weren't looking too good, and we broke the 50. So it is holding this area of 34.21, which is great because that means it's announcing earnings, and Let's see. Let's see if they hold it here. If it drops here, it's probably going to go lower. We're going to be looking at this 34.10 and this 33.86. MACDs are showing me weakness. This could be a dead cat bounce. Let's see, if it's going to drop. So watch that. Again, coincides with the Nasdaq. If the Nasdaq pulls back, these are going lower. Okay, so just the correlation. Tesla. Tesla announces earnings today after the close. It looks like it's trying to form a base. There is some sort of demand right in here around this 857, 860. There's a lot of demand here that existed pre-market. It is, so we see fresh in the MACDs, bounce up at zero. Let's see if this thing could get going. It's a possibility it can get going, but we need to let it take out 869. If it can take 869, next level up here is 876. So it's not going to rally all at once. Let it go up, back down, then bounce. But let's see what happens. They might be pinning it. There's a lot of analysts saying $1,000 on Tesla. Well, we'll see. It's a 50-50 chance on earnings. So if you have those gains, lock them in, and then play with a little small portion of your profits and do a lotto play for earnings or something. You know the strategies, but it looks pretty good there. All right, ISRG announced earnings, and I forgot to mention that yesterday. So announced earnings, and then they announced it during the market hour. So it is holding. It's trying to form a base. The base is at 327. We have a fresh in the MACD. This is extremely volatile. I think that's still processing the earnings. We have some demand here at 341. 327. There is some demand, and that's for today. Let's see if it goes. It looks viable here. So let's just see if it can hold a 50 and if it can go. So again, it's a little bit whipsawy right now, but just wait and see. All right, Chipotle, they drove it down. They drove this thing down, broke the 50, came back down. The MACD showed you weakness, right? And it's forming a base here at 1803. Could this be a dead cat bounce or a bull trap, right? So we're gonna wait and see. 843. They announce earnings tomorrow, so I don't think it's going to move that much, but investors are going to process a lot of information, especially the domino numbers, and they're listening to other competitors' numbers as well. I mentioned my analysis on this in the morning. So just free frothy. If you want to take the trade back up to the 50, this was the time to do it, 843, or look for something that makes sense to you. Okay, so MicroStrategies, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up at where's Bitcoin at? It's up. Bitcoin Fanatics, 66,000. Okay, so 66,000 on Bitcoin. MicroStrategy was a trade we set up this morning. Fresh to the MACDs, bounce off the zero. Remember these strategies, guys. And this is what I mean to really get it going. 750 to really get it going. We're at 771. If you've had some positions in that, you're probably doing very, very well. It could be an in and out position. But there's one right there. We're probably coming close to the end. But if Bitcoin keeps going, this could have a second win. So watch it. All right. But we're still not probably at the close. All right, Shopify. So Shopify again had a nice rally. Let me see if I can amplify this. And again, we had these numbers, and I gave you the numbers at the top side. 1502 is super hard. We broke the 50. Let's see if the bulls are getting caught here. Is breaking below zero. Let's see if it can form a base right at these levels here. And let's see what happens. Can it go back to the 50? And then again, what happens at the 50? Is it dropping back down or dropping back up? Again, look for the overall markets to be in alignment. So if the market's pulling back, this is probably going to pull back with it, which is normal. It's healthy. Again, but no FOMO buying. This is a lot of FOMO buying here. Again, when we're coming to the end, a lot of FOMO buying. All right, Netflix announced earnings. Really try to go. Um, had demand here at. Let me see if I can. Okay, a lot of demand came in at 617. A lot of demand. Um, it announced earnings. The earnings weren't bad; they were actually pretty good. But it's rallied a lot. So again, hard numbers up here. We're going to be looking at this 639, 637. I've been saying that for 2 weeks. Those are really hard numbers. And now we have another number here at 645 to really get it going. It's just wait and see. It's a nice little rally here back to the 50. Now let's see what happens. I think if it bounces, this is ideal place here. We're looking for a MACD bounce here, same as the other. And if it can get going and 637 to really get it going. Same numbers as before, but there could be a nice play there. All right, Roku again. I've been saying 650 is hard, 650 is hard. Look, 650 try to go this morning and it bounced. So let's see 639 if it can hold, or is it going to be drive down with the rest of the market? This thing rallied up nicely. How low can we go? If it's 639 doesn't hold, we're probably going to hit this level right here. It's 334. So 339, 334. And let's see if it can base here. It's looking like it wants to go lower. We didn't get a bounce here. It's more likely probably going to go lower. But again, uh, yep, just wait and see. And we're below the 50. So overall market pulls back. And again, it's not a bearish market. We're still bullish, but things need to pull back. Okay. It's just got to pick where you're going to buy them. Nvidia, the news came out on the chip, the guys who the, the molders of the chips, that they are having supply chain issues, and so is that going to make the chip manufacturers any better? Nvidia stopped, halted right at this 223, 222. Try to go this morning, but look, MACD's reverse. So I think that is coming to play. They're waiting on LRCX to see what their numbers are going to come out. But this can go either way, guys. Either way. So just keep track of that. All right, Mercado Libre, holding. It's showing some weakness here. We're coming to the end. Again, we have this upside of 16, let's say 1620. There's a lot of demand here. It's trading between 1583, 1620. Might be going sideways. MACD's going to be fresh to the MACD's off the lows of 1583. Okay, Apple. Again, Apple moves 1, 2, 3 points a day, so still rallying. This thing rallying nicely off his lows of 139. It's currently at 149, so you got a 10-point ripper from the lows. Today, it took out this 149. The highs of the other day went up as high as 149.78. Bounced here beautifully at 148. Again, you got a dollar 50 ripper. Again, if you're in it for the longer haul, that's fine. Just make sure to change your time frames to either the hourly or daily, and look at the same things that I'm looking at. Same thing. Okay. All right. Oil. Again, waiting on news. Just doing nothing. It's having an inside day. So I mean by that is trading inside this day. Okay. Let's move on. Novax, not Novax, Goldman Sachs. Again, I said it was going to have an inside day, kind of tired. It's resting, not too bad. We're trading below the 50. Looks like it probably wants to go lower. See if it goes lower, maybe 409, maybe, yeah, right in here, 407, somewhere in there. And that's healthy. Again, affirm. It's just taking a rest day as well. This is a dead cat bounce right here. Look, we saw weakness coming into it below the 50. Try to go and look, it's at the 50. Zero bounce to the downside. So again, they're lowering, they're taking prices down. Not too bad. So I don't mean bearish. It's just pulling back. All right, Upstart again. This is a new company. Remember, if they do a rev, forgot the terminology. But if they do another rev share, or not a rev share, but uh, what's the word? It could go lower. So if they do another where they announce more shares to be bought, can't remember the word, but you know what I'm talking about. This thing is going to drop, and I think they're pretty close to announcing that. It'll come back to me when I get off this watch. HubSpot staying inside is holding pretty steady, trading between 787 and this 810. So look at it. Looking for this thing to bounce, rally, and show me a clear direction. Can it go higher? Moderna. So Moderna was Novavax. I had it up here just to see if this was going to run. But it's just kind of holding steady. This 331 has a high of 339 to be taken out. And it's right there. It can go either way. Lamb Research, I'm just looking at this, not really covering it, just to see what the chips are going to do. I did put this now because this was moving. So not covering it, but basically I did put my levels up here. Looking at 689 to go higher. It is trading below the 50. Needed 681 today to get it going. but it's trading below the 50, whereas zero bounce, it looks like it could probably go lower and pull back. Novax, this is the one that had bad news, and you can tell the news affected it. And then very quickly, they stated it was fake news. So I don't know if it's fake or real, or, but yeah, it just price actions being weird. It fell off the cliff. Can it rally back up? I'm not sure. Anyway, guys, that's all I have. Let's look at the VIX. The VIX is currently at again 1539, which is great. We like it below 18. And the 10-year pulled back a little bit, so that's healthy. The 10-year note, so keep track of that, 1640. All right, guys, that's all we have today. And if you want to know my setups, just make sure to stay tuned. Press the like button if you like it. If you dislike it, say you dislike it. Leave me a comment, a message, anything you want. And all right, stay frosty and stay tuned for tomorrow for the morning brew. All right, guys, take care.